Hello and welcome to Situation Court, where we help people that are caught in the middle of a tough dispute. Each person gets a chance to fully tell their side of the story and ask a few questions. This will help them come to some sort of resolution. And the best part of the show is that you are the judge. We do have a judge that goes by the name of Judge P. He's not really a judge, but more so a mediator. And because of budget cuts, he's also a part of security. After you watch the show, click on the Cases tab and vote for who you think won the case. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to Situation Court. I'm your host, Judge P. Today's episode: if a man pays 50-50 on the bills, is he the head or just an ass? I'll now introduce my guest. Please introduce yourself, please.
My name is Taylor Monet, and I'm from Norfolk. Instagram _Taylor Monet. Find me on Facebook, Taylor Monet. And I'm here because I feel like if the bills are split 50-50, then the man could not be considered the head of the house.
Understood. Guest to my right.
Well, my name is Diamond. On Instagram, I'm known as I_am_Diamond Cut with a K, so it's K-U-T. You can also find me on Twitter under the same tag name. On Facebook and my YouTube channel is Diamond Cut with 2 T's, okay? And I feel like I'm here because if a man pays 50-50 on the bills, I still believe that he can be considered as head of the household.
Okay, thank you for that. Now it's time for our first session. Testimony and questions. Please give us your testimony on why you feel that a man should not be head of the household if he pays 50-50.
I feel as though if the bills are split 50-50, how are you taking the lead? Is that everything being split 50-50, or is that just a title to you? I just don't understand how you are the lead if you're not initially taking the lead.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel that as a man, you are the head of the household, so that means everything supposedly falls on you. So if we are now taking things 50-50, am I not the equal to you? So why is it that you have that title of head of household if you're really not being the head?
Understood. Okay, Ms. Diamond, you have 3 questions for Ms. Taylor?
Yes. My first question to you is a housewife worth less than a wife that pays part of the bills?
No.
Okay. Number 2 is even in losing his job, if he performs household duties, which a housewife would do, such as cooking, cleaning, laundry, errands, do you no longer make him a lead? Is he not a head at that time?
Yes or no, ma'am?
No.
Okay. And 3, do you feel the head of the household requirements only pertain to him paying all of the bills?
No. No.
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Diamond, your testimony, please.
I feel that a man can still be considered head of household even if paying half the bills, because in today's modern society, women are working just as hard as men. So for me to feel like you have to take care of the house as a whole, and I can do what? Work and spend my money on shoes, hair, clothes, nails, feet, whatever, and not put anything into the household just to make you head, I just feel like it's not right. A partnership is mutual. So if we are mutually in this, even as head of household, I'm doing my part, you're doing yours. It doesn't take away from what your job is as a man, which is being the head.
You have 3 questions for Ms. Diamond?
Yes, I also have 3 questions.
Okay.
First question for you is there such thing as a boss who makes the same amount of money as the workers?
Such thing as a boss who makes yes.
Oh.
Okay. And my second question is the head of the household just a title? Is that just a title?
To me?
Yes.
If it's by household, yes.
Okay.
Hold on. So she's asking you, is the
head of house?
Is it just a name? It's nothing really behind it. And you said.
I said yes.
Okay. Go ahead with your third.
And my last question is, in a 50-50 relationship, do you feel like submissiveness is required?
Yes.
Those are great testimony questions. Now it's time for the second session, the freestyle session. Miss Diamond, you asked Miss Taylor, is a housewife worth less than a wife that pays part of the bills? Her response was no.
Honestly, I agree with that answer. I agree with that answer because duties of a household wife is just as draining as going to work every day. And when a man is going to work and doing what he's supposed to do by paying bills, if the woman does not have a job, then yes, you are accountable to cook meals, clean the house, wash the clothes, put away the dishes, run the errands, go grocery shopping, things of that nature. So that makes sense to me. I agree with her on that.
Okay, so her saying no, is a housewife worth less than a wife that pays part of the bills? That's also saying that as far as a man paying 50-50.
But the housewife isn't working. She's
Right.
not bringing in income. So if that's the case, if this is what you have to contribute, then it doesn't take away from a woman who actually has the finances to contribute.
Okay, I can go with that. Okay, Miss Taylor, you asked Miss Diamond, is there such thing as a boss who makes the same as his workers? And she said yes.
See, to me, I don't feel like that could be possible because how are you the boss if your workers are making the same amount as you? You're not the boss. This is an equal partnership. So at this point, who is to say you listen to me and I'm supposed to listen to you? We make the same amount of money.
Right. So, but you said yes.
I disagree with that.
What have you heard of workers?
It's not about hearing it. I was actually in a situation where I worked at a job and my pay was literally, we were bracket to bracket. It wasn't like a big jump. It wasn't a big leap. It wasn't a high, situation. But there was things that worker could not do that only I could. So putting us in the bracket of only the amount of money that we make as who's the boss and who's the employee, to me is a double standard because at the end of the day, you can't do what I can do. So don't ever get it twisted just because you make the same amount of money as me.
So you're saying he was the boss because he had more responsibilities, possibly.
Yeah. And sometimes pay ain't like it. I don't feel like pay dictates that because the person who is control of your pay may not be the person who's in control of how much they can pay you.
Right. Okay. Because it sounds like that scenario was based off of a household is sort of like a business, and the man would be the boss.
Right.
So why would the woman?
Well, if that's still the case, even if we make the same amount of money, then that means that once bills are paid, you still have your bread, I still have mine. If we're equal, then at the end of the day, yeah, I get what she's saying, but I still don't feel like that's the case. If me and my man are making the same amount of money, it still does not make him less of a boss than me, whatever the case may be.
I feel like though, as a man though, you have to be a man's man to be even be in the league.
So what if a man just came home from prison and he was willing to go out there and get a job? And he still, the job he started off with, gives him the same amount of money you probably been at for about 2 years.
Then I'm gonna commend him,
But then it still doesn't take away from him being a boss. Coming back from a messed up situation and being able to take a leap in life like that, and being able to provide what he's supposed to in the relationship, just because he's not making more, he's not a boss.
I don't think it's like the money financially. That's not the problem that I'm having. It's just like, okay, so if we're splitting the bills down 50-50, it's everything getting split down 50-50. Just like you said as a housewife does just as much work as a wife that's going to work and making some money. Okay, so if she's going to work and making some money, and she's still doing all the housewifely duties, what is he doing? He's just going to work and paying half the
That
bills?
wasn't in the question. If you would have stated in the question.
Because we can probably take that one to about all night. So we gonna go. Y'all get it in though. Okay, so Miss Diamond, you asked Miss Taylor, even in losing his job, if he performs all household duties, does that still no longer make him the head?
So if he was to do what a housewife would do, while the wife is making money, does that no longer make him the head of the household?
And she said no.
I feel like I don't agree with that. Okay. I don't agree with that because in a sense of the matter is you've never actually seen a man play that role. So if a man is able to went in and step in and play the role of running errands, taking care of the kids, doing errands, cleaning, cooking, doing stuff like that, I feel like that initiative, that willingness to do it. And honestly, I ain't even gonna say that I've seen it before and not in a relationship with me. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna take away from the fact that it is possible.
Right.
Just because we haven't seen it before, don't mean that it's not possible. Don't mean that there's not people out there, men out there that's doing that. So what I'm saying is, I feel like if he's willing to step in and accommodate for where he lacks thereof, he should still be considered what he is supposed to be as a man.
Now, granted, if the roles were reversed and there was a man playing the wifely duties and he still had to contribute 50-50 or whatever it is that he's bringing in, then how would that play out though?
But
so
a housewife doesn't contribute to anything.
But that's just like me saying I could be the head of house. So is that just the title though? Because it's just like now I can file head of house. You're not making no money. You're at home watching the kids, cleaning the house.
Oh, so hold on.
So you thinking about head of house as far as taxes.
But it's not even just the taxes because
situation.
But the question was if it's 50-50, is he still considered the household, the head of the house? So if the roles were reversed and he was doing the housely duties, would he still be like the head of the house? But you're not bringing in no money. You're not bringing in you're not doing anything.
As head of house, are we talking about
house?
like decisions that be made?
See, and that's what the question.
Yeah,
that was how I was looking at it, and everybody said I got it confused too.
Because if you looking at it as a man who can still make decisions, I still don't feel like that's something you can take away from him.
Right. Okay. So we're gonna go to the next one. You asked, is the head of house just a title? And she said yes.
Now, see, I agree with that. I do because it is just a title. Because you're not going to sit here and say, oh, I'm doing this and this and that third, and I control you. See, I don't like that whole control factor. But I feel like that's
head of household could be deciding decision.
Final say.
It could be final say. It could be any of those things. But head of household don't mean like this is what I say and this is how it goes. Even if it's a sit down situation where you explain your point of view and the husband still feels as if like as the protector of this family, as the protector of this unit, I do not agree with that and I can't stand for that. Then that's head of household to me. That's not taking charge or controlling anybody. That's being the man who, in the long run, has to think about the outcome of the whole family as a whole. So even if women base a lot of decision off of emotion. I know that because recently I have. So if a woman is emotionally tied to something and a man has to think rational, he has to be head of household. Because women can't always make rational decisions.
And I agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? However, I still feel like the head of household is still just a title. You can't just, how should I say this? Everything is, basically it falls on him. So if you are now splitting everything down with me, we're an equal partnership. So the head of the household can only be a title. You're not head of me.
And that's fine. That's exactly why I said yes. Because at the end of the day, if we doing 50-50, the nigga this year on every tax in the household.
And that's
next year I can.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's where, I kind of just was, what is it, just the title?
Miss Diamond, you asked Miss Taylor, do you feel that the head of household requirements only pertain to him paying all the bills? And she said no.
I agree with her. See, just like, what we just stated, or previous conversation with someone else, if a man is just coming home, going out, paying the bills and coming home and then think that everything else is supposed to be done and nothing else applies, and I'm going out working and paying bills as well and you're not doing anything else pertaining to home, then yes, I do agree that does not mean, that's not the only thing that means you need to be paying, like be head of household. So I do agree. She like that. She like that little bop.
That was pretty funny. Miss Taylor, you asked, is being submissive required in a 50-50 relationship? And she said yes. I know what you're going to say.
I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
I just don't feel like I could be submissive to a man that I have to go 50-50. I mean, like, it's not even that so far submissive, but I guess that's where it comes into controlling. Because it's just like, if you're expecting me to just do at a drop of a dime because you say that you claim head of household, my G, we go 50-50, so that work applies to you too. So if I
feel like submissive only means when he say jump, you say how high.
I mean, and I feel like if my man is taking the lead, I could very well be submissive. If you're doing what a man's supposed to do, I don't mind being submissive to you. I don't mind about things that you're saying to me. I don't mind doing things, going out of my way to please you. I don't mind doing that. But if things are just one-sided and I'm pulling more weight than you're pulling, then who's supposed to be submissive to who? Because now I got a problem.
Okay. Okay, what you got?
I totally disagree with that answer. And I'm going to say why.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like regardless of if things are 50-50 or not, you still need to be submissive, because that is always the woman's role in a relationship. To, in some way, shape, or form, always make her man feel as if he is the man. If you are sunning him, you're never going to have a man. You're going to have somebody who wants to be controlling, who feels the need to be controlling, because you're not giving him the authority as his woman, as the follower behind the man, as the woman who nurtures the man who goes out there and deals with the rough patches of life. You're not giving him an opportunity to be your man. So why should I not control the shit out of you if you feel there's no need to submit?
I can feel you. I can.
Yeah, that
but
was.
is my man really being a man though? So if he deserved to be son, then my G, you just got son. If you just need to take a chill, bring that back. Who you talking to? Because from the looks of things, you're not the man. So why do I have to be submissive, and I have to always listen, and I always have to do what you're telling me to do, but you're not doing your role as the man?
But the man's job is to take care of you.
But if he's not taking care of me and he's not taking care of the family, then are you really being that man?
So do you feel like if you have a man who's paying all these bills, you do nothing but sitting at the house doing all of this, yada yada yada, and this man decides that he wants to leave you because he's overwhelmed, he don't have money for himself and none of that things like of that nature, and you go out here and you live in this world where you're working and you're paying all the bills, you're going to feel that hints of stress. You're going to feel that hints of anxiety of making sure this bill is paid, that bill is paid, I can do this, I can do that, I can also help out. When she complains because she wants her hair done, her nails done, her feet done, all of this stuff, while I'm also making sure every bill in this house is taken care of. Now all I ask is to make sure, take care of the kids, make sure the house is clean, cook a dinner. If I want to you gon'
and I agree.
You feel what I'm saying?
I agree.
Now, in a 50-50 relationship, now, one, if you feel as that, then that means that this is a household of yours where an agreement should be made. That still does not mean if an agreement is to be made that he cannot be head of household. So if in this agreement, if you feel like you have to be paying all these bills in this goddamn house to get any authority around here, to get me to submit to anything, if you want this head down, ass up, you need to be paying all other type shit. And there need to be an agreement made from the beginning. And I don't feel like that's something that.
Now, granted, when we go into this partnership, and the rules have been laid out on the table that this is how this is going to go, and now all of a sudden now you want things to be 50-50. We're going to pay these bills 50-50, but everything else got to be split 50-50 too. So what is that? You know what I'm saying? Now, because you feel like as head of household, the bills are stressing you out, but this is what you agreed to in the beginning. You felt like as a man, I can pay these bills. I'm going to go to work and I'm going to pay the bills, and you stay at home and you take care of the kids. That's the agreement. But now we have to now split them down 50-50. So now that we are splitting them down to 50-50, what else are you doing? You're just going to work.
Okay.
And now the bills are 50-50?
I think you guys have laid it down. I think that was a very strong testimony and questions, and I appreciate them. Now, it's time for Judge P's perspective. Okay, Ms. Taylor, I got a question for you.
Okay, shoot.
Have you ever been in a relationship where a man was paying majority of the bills?
Yes.
How did that go?
It was well.
It was well.
And I was very submissive.
Okay.
And I enjoyed that.
And
I felt like as
that.
my man, at some point I feel like as the woman, you are supposed to be taken care of to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't feel like all of the responsibility should fall on the man. If you are in a position to help, then you should help, because that's what you should want to do. Because you don't want him to, feel like everything depends on him. However, if you are the head, then you should take majority of the responsibility. But that's just how I financially.
Okay. So my second question is, have you been in a relationship where it was 50-50?
No.
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 So if you met a man that pretty much checked off everything on your checklist, except the fact that maybe you made the same amount or a little bit more, would he have a chance?
Yes.
He would have a chance.
Yeah.
So your point of view is basically he has to have more then
I just feel like it should just be more than finances. So if we're doing everything 50-50, everything should just be split 50-50.
okay. So stop right there. So if y'all making equal money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he has those other qualities. You would take him in and you would be submissive in all those lovely things.
Yes. Of
Okay.
course.
Okay.
Yes. I don't have a problem with that. That's not the problem.
Okay, I got you. Miss Diamond,
Yes.
have you dated a man that made more than you?
Made more?
Mhm.
Yes.
How did it go?
To me, a job is a job. Like, if I want to make what you're making, instead of being envious about it, I'm going to work to make what you're making.
Okay.
Okay.
So, have you dated someone that made the same amount or less than you?
Yes.
And you were able to be submissive and all of that and treat him like the man and all
Yes.
of that? Okay.
Yes, I have.
Okay. So,
You want to know why I say yes?
say yes to which one?
Me being able to be submissive to somebody who makes less than me.
Well, I kind of already know where you're coming from. The only thing is that you got to be careful who you doing that for.
Yeah, definitely. Because
So-
you can't get used. You
Right.
can't be. Yeah, of
Right.
course. The ability to be submissive to somebody, even if they make less than you, or they don't accumulate what you accumulate, all also goes in a sense of their passage in life. Like I've been down a rough patch in life, you get what I'm saying? And a lot of people face those rough patches. But if you see somebody who has shown you potential, shown you that they have that ability, show you that they have that will, and at this point in time they have a rough patch, you're not making what I'm making, you're probably not making nothing at all, I can still be submissive to you because I know your potential. You get what I'm saying? Now, I'm not about to baby you as to which you feel like that potential is something you can be comfortable with. Hell to the no.
Okay, so I got it. Okay, so first let me say, sincerely, thank you two for both coming in. I felt your energy, I felt your honesty, I felt it all, right? Funny thing is, y'all both are actually saying the same thing in a different way. Like, I think the question is kind of loaded a little bit, and there's different perspectives of it where you sided with her, she sided with you. But for the sake of the argument, I'm going to go and say that you can be paying 50-50 and still be head of household. That is my ruling. But the rest is up to you guys. My opinion is just for the show right now. We want you to log on to www.situationcourt and vote for who you think is correct on being 50-50 in a relationship.
So Judge P decided to go for Diamond, which I can kind of agree. However, I still feel as though if the bills are split 50-50, everything should be split 50-50. And if you agree, and if not, and you can also follow me on Instagram _Taylor Monet, MONAI. Catch you later.
So, you know, he sided with a real. Of course, I'm just saying, I know I've been independent and alone for a long time, so I kind of know what it feels like to bring a man down, and I know what it takes to make a man feel like a head of a household. And sometimes it ain't just about having him pay the bills, it's about just knowing that he needs to be a man and he needs to be nurtured. Ladies, remember that. It's gonna take you long.
Just wrapped up another great episode. Had two fire ladies in here giving us their honest opinions on a man paying 50-50 on the bills, claiming to be head of household. I just say there's really no right or wrong in this type of situation. Ladies, if you have a desire of a certain type of man, nobody can tell you you're wrong for wanting this type of man. All I say is pay attention to what you're going for and the results that you're getting. And guys, be the best person you can be. And if a lady chooses you or you choose a lady, y'all just have to be on the same page. Whether you're making more than her, making the same amount as her, if finances aren't really that important, or if they are, you just got to talk it out and make sure you're on the same page. And if you do that, I'm pretty sure everything can work out perfectly. Till next time, those are my closing remarks.
That concludes our show. We hope you enjoyed it. Now it's time to cast your vote on who you think won. We will announce the winner next week. Please make sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. From all of the great staff here, we wish you a wonderful day and stay tuned for the next episode. Have a good day. Bye.